The Lucifer Vandross, the little Anita. This is the party. Ah, yeah. Yo, what's up, y'all? It's the girl Gab, back at it with another for yo some other. I mean, y'all already know the vibes. What's up, girls, gays, and nays? How y'all doing? And on this wonderful weekday. So, on today on Alll Dat's podcast, we got a couple topics to talk to y'all about. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? I don't think I heard y'all. We're gonna talk about a couple topics today. So the first one is gonna be this Texas, this Texas, oh my gosh, this Texas, I literally cannot talk right now. Texas execution that was delayed, but it was supposed to happen on Wednesday, but it was delayed. Further, we're going to talk about 3 topics today. So it's going to be the Texas execution or lack thereof execution of this Latina woman. Then we're going to talk about briefly Michelle's brother and his lawsuit with this school. They just had this whole little debacle. And then Johnny Depp and the new development with him suing his wife, right? Like a man suing his wife. And then we're going to talk about DJ Envy and his habits. Without further ado, let's get into it. And don't forget to follow my social medias down below and to subscribe. Okay? I'm waiting for y'all to subscribe. Done. Okay. All right. So let's get into it without further ado. So this Texas execution was supposed to happen on Wednesday, but the highest court in the land, the Court of Criminal Appeals, appealed this woman's decision. Well, basically said that her conviction was based on false evidence. So they're really trying to overturn this, or at least to get her a new trial with better evidence. And it's crazy that this got all the way up to court in the land. Excuse me. The highest court in the land is the Supreme Court, but the highest criminal court in the land. And the fact that she got Democrats and Republicans to fight for her, like what? Anyway. This is 53-year-old Melissa Lucio. She was convicted of killing her 2-year-old daughter, of murdering her 2-year-old daughter, as well as abuse because she was said to have head injuries and a broken arm, like once they did the autopsy, and some bruises. And I also read somewhere else where she was said to have bitten her or she had bite marks on her, but it's odd like what you can find on different articles. Like different articles will have different information. So one of those articles talked about bites, but like the rest of the articles I looked up didn't say anything about bites. All they said was she took a fall 2 days before the incident, and that might have contributed to her head injuries, amongst other things. And it's odd because, Lucio got questioned. I think it was for like, I don't know how long it was, but they said after like 3 hours, she like confessed. And I guess she was pregnant at the time, which is odd because, again, the other articles I read didn't say she was pregnant. But this one I did said she was pregnant with twins, in fact, and that she claimed her innocence over 100 times. Like, can you imagine that? Claiming your innocence over 100 times and nobody still listens to you. And they basically said she falsely confessed because of her past with sexual abuse, and that, I mean, I'm sure she just wanted it to be done. I could just imagine your baby just dying. You know, you're interrogated for 3 hours. You keep saying, I didn't do it. And at the end, she was like, I guess I did it. Like, I guess I did it. Huh? And you know you didn't do it? Like, I don't know. It's just like, what will people say when they're under duress, or, you know, when they really want to be done? Because you know how many wrongful convictions there are just from, like, interrogations. Like, think of, is it This Is Us? That movie on Netflix? With the New York Five and how they got wrongly convicted because they were young and their parents weren't there and they were getting interrogated, and these boys were basically convinced to getting, you know, to saying that they did it, to saying that they like killed the jogger, that they were in the wrong place at the wrong time, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember the exact phrase, but I know it's like the New York Five or whatever. It'll be on the screen. Anyway, y'all, and if it's not on the screen for all my podcast listeners out there, it will be down below somewhere. Anyway, y'all, so Like I said, she kept saying, I guess I did it. Well, not kept saying, but at the end she said, I guess I did it. She would have been the only Latina. Well, she is the only Latina on the state's death row. And she'll be like the first one. The last time Texas executed a woman was 2014. So she'll be the first one since 2014. Oh, the ghetto. It's crazy. Heard her innocence more than 100 times. Her kids even wrote a letter to the attorney saying, like, please don't kill our mom. Please don't kill our mom. You know, we value her life. Please don't kill her. Like, that really broke my heart. I mean, I would do the same thing for your mom. For my mom. For your mom. For my mom. I mean, of course I would. It's just crazy. Like, she was set to die on Wednesday. And, like, I feel like that was God saying that she wasn't supposed to die, or at least get a new trial. Because can you imagine if she spent all these, and y'all, this happened in 2008, 14 years ago, and she's just now getting her appeal. Like, that's what's crazy to me. Just now you're getting your appeal? Just now? Okay. Cool. It's just like it takes so long for the judicial system to catch up to everything. And yeah, and it's just funny because the Ohio governor, for all my Ohio listeners out there, he delayed executions for difficulty for finding death drugs. Like, he couldn't find the right drugs to kill people, so he delayed executions. It's kind of ironic. There was only 11 executions in 2021, and that's like of all the whole United States. It was only Texas, Alabama, Oklahoma, Mississippi, and Missouri. So, of those 5 states, it only executed 11 people in 2021 only. Like, that's insane. And that was the fewest since 1988. So, it's just crazy to think that these executions have came such a long way. Me personally, I don't want to get into all my views, but I just want to say that it's, you know, an eye for an eye. And we're literally saying, like, okay, you killed this person, we can kill you now. Like, it's okay for us to kill you, but you can't kill people, you know? It's okay. And you can stay on death row for like 20-something years waiting to die. Like, I just can't even. Why can't we just let them die in prison, you know? But that's me. That is my personal opinion. You know, whatever your opinion out there, I'm sure you have valid reasons. However, I mean, just let them die in jail. I mean, that's just me. Anyway, y'all, on to the next. Michelle Obama's brother and the lawsuit with his wife. Basically, they sent their kids to a high class. How do I say this? One of the best schools in the state. It was like $30,000 tuition. So sent them there, hoping them to get, you know, better education, and they screamed diversity. Of course they did. They talked about a whole bunch of diversity, blah, blah, blah. Come to find out, they weren't diverse at all. His name is Craig Robinson, and his wife decided to sue this school, University School of Milwaukee, for racial discrimination, because they initially told the school, like, there's not enough diversity, you know, we want more, we're sending our kids here, you guys said you had diversity, but where is it at? So that was that. And then the school sent them a letter saying that their kids weren't, like, following the conduct, or like they weren't, like, with the rules or whatever, basically like kicking them out. And they only had like a 13 and a 9-year-old, or hold on, no, 11 and 9, excuse me. An 11 and a 9-year-old saying that they had, we cannot continue a relationship with your family. That's all it pretty much said. We feel like they were retaliating against because we brought up some issues that were sensitive to the administration. Which, as she should. The thing we noticed was repeat use of ethnic and racial stereotypes. And they didn't want to confront the issue. They just sent a letter saying that you're expelled and that you can't come back. And so now they're suing them, of course, for racial discrimination. I mean, why wouldn't they? And I even read something where it was like, one of the articles I read said that the school itself, this is not the first time they have been sued in the school. I think it was like 2014. They used to do like Underground Railroad assimilations, like, and of course the black kids would like be in that simulation. It would be dark hallways and whips to learn about what? The Underground Railroad. What do we need to learn about that for? I mean, what do we need to do a simulation for? Not saying we can't learn about it. What do we need to do a simulation for? And why the black kids? Of course, it's the black kids. So, of course, I would definitely, you know, if I had the funds, I would definitely sue them, because What? You guys are literally kicking my kids out for no reason because we guys said that you were doing something wrong. We're trying to help you guys. And you want to retaliate against us for the racial discrimination that happened in y'all schools. So, and they also said like the students were calling, not them specifically, but saying racial slurs and like all this stuff. Like I can't with these schools. Like $30,000 and you guys racial discrimination? Huh? So that's that on that. He's actively suing them. Peer. Boom, boom, boom. Johnny Depp sues his wife of 2 years for defamation of character due to her domestic violence. Suing her for I can't even talk, y'all. He's suing her for defamation of character because of his lack of job roles, or like, you know, since her domestic violence allegations, he wasn't getting any offers, of course, because why would you want to have an actor who's, you know, a user and abuser? So yeah, he sued him, which honestly makes sense because I guess he was supposed to do the 6 Pirates of the Caribbean and wasn't able to, and that was like a multi-million-dollar movie, and he wasn't able to do it because Disney dropped him because of domestic violence allegations. Like, that is literally insane, and this video is so long now. It's fine. But yeah, it's all this going back and forth, basically saying that and Amber Heard, that's his wife's name, is trying to, and she's also an actress, she's trying to say that the abuse, you know, was all on him, but he's saying that it was all on her. There was an incident where she threw like a cell phone at him and he had like all these bruises and stuff, and there was an incident where she went to the hospital. There was just all these incidents, so obviously the abuse was on both parts. It wasn't just Johnny. So I feel like he should be given some sort of, well, they both should be getting some sort of grace because, I mean, y'all both are guilty, so I don't know what to say. And he's suing her, y'all. Guess for how much money? This is like, I couldn't even make this much in my lifetime. $51 million. Like, how do you even have that much money to just, like, give to somebody and then still have money left over? Like, I'm just confused. How much money does she really have? Because if you have $50 million to give, I mean, dang, let me get him $2 million. I'll be fine. Fine. But anyway, Disney dropped Depp after the domestic abuse article from his wife, as she should. Depp was like the protagonist in, of course, the Pirates of the Caribbean. Honestly, I have seen one, and that was so long ago. It's kind of ironic he's portrayed as the protagonist, as the antagonist in the movies, and, you know, like in real life, that's what he's portrayed as too. Yeah, and the wife divorced Depp, and then I got a restraining order in May of 2016. And now we're here. I don't know what made her, or I don't know what made him do it all of a sudden. Probably ever since the Disney thing. I mean, that's what it was. So yeah, that concludes that. The investigation is still ongoing. I'm sure you guys have seen it. So check that out. Last but certainly not least, y'all, we have DJ Envy from The Breakfast Club and his wife of 20 years saying that he cheated on her. It's just like nobody is faithful anymore. Like, I don't care what nobody says. Like, he was with her for 20 years and you couldn't have, like, I don't know, broke up for a little bit and then messed with somebody. But his words were from one of those articles were like, well, I saw everybody else was doing it and I've been with her for so long. So I don't know if he said he thought it would be okay, but basically, like, hold on, y'all. Actually, let me pull it up. I don't want to just, you know, the gift of gab. Her name is Gia Casey, by the way. Also, the tea wasn't that he cheated on her. The tea was that the wife faked her orgasm for 10 years, y'all. She faked her orgasm for 10 years. I couldn't even imagine doing that. First off, you're with this man for so long, and you're faking orgasm for 10 years. I couldn't even fake it for a year. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, love is a powerful thing. You feel me? But I just feel like sex is a part of that love, and you both should be pleasured by such. And you think he's just gonna be pleasured, and you guys are married for so long? I just like that's an unfair trade to me. And I don't like it. She only found out because it was in a blog saying like, well, the woman was in a blog saying that you would never. It's funny that you're with DJ Envy and his wife is clueless. I'll put it up on the screen, but yeah. And turns out he was cheating on with Erica Mena. Like, Erica Mena, the model / reality TV star, Erica Mena. He was married for so long. Like, it's not like he was married for like a couple years, 5 years, 20, 18. Like, I don't get it. Like, man, if you want somebody else, just say that. You feel me? Like, it's just funny because he wanted like a traditional wife, like her. Well, he got it. She stayed at home, take care of the kids. She didn't have a job. Like, you made her not have a job and take care of the kids, or that's what you wanted, and you decide to cheat on her. I just don't get it. And like, have a whole relationship, like, it just doesn't make me feel good about like future relationships. And like, what does this say about our generation? Like, you could be together for so long and somebody could still cheat on you. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, it just, honestly, it makes me sad. It makes me sad that like this idea of love nowadays is just so like foreign, and we don't really have the concept of like in the olden days staying together, you know, when times get rough, or staying together throughout all these obstacles and challenges. Don't get me wrong though. I mean, they definitely have shown the testament of love because she's still with him. And it's crazy because she was going to divorce him, but he was going to end his life. He was going to end his life. And she was really going to do that divorce, which, I mean, I would have too. We've been together this long. You lied for me for however know how many years, and you know, you just think it's gonna be okay. He said it was easy for him to get away with it because she wasn't connected with the industry. It's hard to convince to say that it was difficult. He said he arranged his lifestyle, made it a perfect opportunity to cheat on Casey. He says his insecurity was a big part of him moving his wife and family to the suburbs so that she could be away from the rest of the world for fear she'd leave him. Casey was also a stay-at-home mom to their children, something that he preferred. If you think about it, I lived in a town deep out of Jersey. She was focused on the kids. She didn't have any friends in the industry, so you think, all right, you're good, but it didn't happen that way. The mother of 6 says her husband went to great lengths to keep her in the suburban town and away from the ruckus. Why threaten to take your life? You feel me? Just so you could have her back. Why didn't you think about that when you were putting your penis into somebody else? Like, I don't really understand. Like, you had to think about that. You had to court this girl. You had to get in the bedroom. You had to have sex. Like, I just don't understand. Like, it's just like you could be with somebody so long and like in a split second they could change your mind. I don't like that. I don't dare to apologize to her. It says they've been together since they were 16. He never considered cheating or groomed, seeing the men around him engage in such behaviors. Therefore, once he committed adultery, he didn't think it was that grave of a sin, according to CheatSheet.com. Fox Soul's Kitchen Talk, he said he arranged his lifestyle, made it a perfect fit for him to cheat. Basically saying how he was insecure and da-da-da-da, and he really tried to end his life among his troubles that he started. That's what gets me. Like, you started this, and you want to get mad because she knows her worth and wants to leave you. Like, I don't get it, but, you know, teach his own. But yeah, the concept of love nowadays is just very aloof. Like, I don't even know what to say. It's like either you're, you know, committed to that person or you're not. And if you don't want to be with that person, just say that. Just say that. I feel like it's saving the other person more hurt in the long run because you're telling them, like, up front what you want. And don't get me wrong, telling these things are hard, but, you know, you gotta rip that Band-Aid off. You gotta rip it off. But yeah, the concept of love in this generation is like, I feel like everybody wants love. Like, for real, we want that Marvin Gaye, the Luther Vandross, the Little Anita, it's just at the party. Ah, yeah. I'm so fried, y'all. But anyway, tuning in. That's all I have for you guys today. Tip your waitresses. But anyway, yeah, that's all I have for you. If you guys want to put in the comments what you guys think about love, or like the concept of love, or how our generation deals with love, please, more than happy to meet you in the comments and see what you guys feel about this love thing. Love, so many people used to bring in vain. Love, wow, 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 so many things that used to go astray. Yeah, love, yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I know it's been a long journey. So, to all my girls, gays, and nays, stay positive. You know, Tip your waitresses. Be safe out here. You know, the virus is still going around. Be safe out here. So without further ado, I'm going to get out of here. Follow my social medias down below. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe down below and share it with your friends. It's going to be a new episode next week. I'm not even going to say what's day, but it's going to be a new episode next week. But without further ado, thanks for tuning in. Tune in next time. See y'all later. It's your girl Gabs. Bye. Oh, also, to all my girls, gays, and nays out there, it's your girl Gabs. Bye. Yeah.